To increase your confidence and ability to communicate at a higher level in your conversations, videos, and presentations takes practice and a larger and more complex vocabulary of advanced words that have great meaning and can be fun to learn and use. By learning how to use at least 3 new words each week, along with their definitions, proper usage, synonyms, antonyms, and word variations will help you improve your correct use of each of them, and it only takes a few minutes. The fastest and easiest way to remember how to use any new and advanced words well into the future. Make sure to practice saying them out loud and use them in conversation as soon and as often as possible. Speaking of practice, stay tuned in for another fun original practice pronunciation challenging tongue twister sentence with words that start with the letter W, right after learning about this week's advanced vocabulary words that are capricious, ostensible, and evocative. The first word you can learn how to use this week is capricious. Capricious. A basic definition of capricious is when there is an unpredictable and sudden unexpected change in a behavior, such as someone's mood, the way they act, and especially referring to the sudden changes in weather. Examples of capricious as an adjective when used in a sentence sounds like this. People are often confused by capricious decisions brought on by people who care more about virtue signaling instead of using rational reasoning. He was known for his sporadic and capricious statements that created more confusion and frustration. The capricious weather made planning what clothes to take on the vacation that much more challenging. There are many synonyms or similar words for capricious. Some of these synonyms are inconsistent, impulsive, fickle, erratic, uncertain, and unstable. There are also many antonyms or opposites for capricious. Some of these antonyms are constant, established, stable, predictable, fixed, and secure. Other word forms from capricious are capriciously and capriciousness. When capriciousness, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The random capriciousness of political candidates' promises are readily available on video as evidence that will be used against them in the next election. Even though it was uncomfortable, the capriciousness of the committee created an opportunity for discussion and change. When capriciously, an adverb is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. Politicians who treated us capriciously should not be surprised when they lose in the upcoming election. Rules and regulations should be clear and specific to prevent officials from not capriciously enforcing them based on interpretation. Before getting into the next advanced vocabulary word, I would truly appreciate your support and would love it if you can take 2 seconds to tap that subscribe button and smash that notification bell to be reminded when the next video is posted. Awesome. Thanks. Here's the second word to learn to use this week. Ostensible. 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 A basic definition of ostensible is when the real reason or purpose of something is hiding the real reason, aim, purpose, or truth of what was obvious. Examples of ostensible as an adjective when used in a sentence sounds like this. The ostensible reason for the visit was not just to say hi, but to ask for a personal loan as he had planned on asking for. The book was an ostensible attempt at changing history with easily provable misinformation that led to a lawsuit costing the publisher millions of dollars. Her past experience left her in doubt of the ostensible benefits of even trying to compete again. There are many synonyms or similar words for ostensible. Some of these synonyms are apparent, assumed, claimed, alleged, false, and bogus. There are also many antonyms or opposites for ostensible. Some of these antonyms are genuine, real, certain, proven, true, and authentic. Another word from ostensible is ostensibly. When ostensibly, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The blog site is filled with controversial opinions that are ostensibly written by people who are paid to create content designed as clickbait. The ski resort's advertisement was for an ostensibly fun time on the slopes, as long as it snowed enough to ski on. The third word you can learn to use this week is evocative. 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 A basic definition of evocative is when someone has an emotional response by remembering something, usually in a pleasant way, after hearing, seeing, smelling, or touching something. Examples of evocative as an adjective when used in a sentence sounds like this. The evocative smell of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies can instantly bring about a sense of well-being and calmness. The documentary was an evocative reminder to everyone who witnessed the actual events as they happened. After hearing the sound of his evocative voice, she realized it had been at least 10 years since they last spoke. There are many synonyms or similar words for evocative. Some of these synonyms are reminiscent, symbolic, vivid, moving, expressive, and nostalgic. There are also many antonyms or opposites for evocative. Some of these antonyms are meaningless, trivial, insignificant, irrelevant, vague, and obscure. Other word forms from evocative are evocatively and evocativeness. When evocativeness, a noun, is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The evocativeness of the movie was deliberate, that made it an all-time classic. The art display conveyed a specific attitude of the artist, but did not create much evocativeness with the younger visitors, as it did with the elderly patrons. When evocatively, an adverb is used in a sentence, it sounds like this. The colorful light displays can evocatively remind people that even in the cold gloom of winter, there is happiness and cheer. Her interpretation of how she played the classical concerto had never been played so evocatively that it brought the audience to their feet for a standing ovation. To combine all three words, capricious, ostensible, and evocative into one sentence sounds like this. The capricious, warm winds of the island brought evocative memories of a story I heard when I was a child about the ostensible reason pirates sailed there to visit old friends, when in fact it was to bury their gold and jewels. To improve on your correct use of any new words, make sure to use them in conversation as soon and as often as possible. To learn more advanced words, click on the video link in the description right after trying this week's unique, fun, and original practice pronunciation challenging tongue twister sentence that will help improve pronunciation, articulation, and fluency in your speech. Here it is. Windsurfing weathered wolves, warranted wholehearted work, whenever wasteful, wanton, waterlogged, wayward, wearisome, wiggling worms wandered wrongfully west while wisping, willows waned. Have a wonderful time with that one. And remember that my working goal is that your worthy success is the worthwhile goal. I'll see you online soon.